Hey everybody, it's me, Eric Comley, Garrard County 4-H Youth Development Agent, and this is another edition of On the Ground. This is a really special treat for you all because not only it may be the first time that some of you all see this plant, but it's definitely the first time that I've seen this plant. And so I'm hoping that you all will enjoy this. As you all know, I started doing these last March in response to the pandemic situation that we are currently in right now, and I hope that you all have continued to enjoy them. And more than anything, I want these segments to bring a little bit of awareness to the natural beauty of Kentucky, the floral beauty of Kentucky, and then in addition to that, let you understand how diverse our state is. So I hope that you all are continuing to enjoy these. So we'll go ahead and get started. So the plant that I have in front of me, this little one that you see right here, and you can see how little it is. It's just, the flower itself is just about the size of the tip of my finger there, about the size of my thumb. This one may look kind of familiar. One of the earlier videos that I did this year was of a plant called Snow Trillium, Trillium nivale. And that one is a plant that we traditionally see, as far as its geographic range, we generally see that plant in the northern, so Kentucky being its southern terminus, and you see it Virginia, all the way up into Pennsylvania and over into Minnesota and that area. So this one is the opposite. This one is, it has multiple common names. And so I'll give you some of those, then we'll talk about that geographic location. So it's called Least Trillium. It's also called Dwarf Wake Robin. It's called Ozark Wake Robin. So it has Dwarf Trillium. It has a multitude of common names. So this is one of the reasons that the scientific names become so important. So the scientific name for this one is Trillium pusillum. Pusillum, and it is, we may actually have two species. I was reading something today that we may actually have two different variations of this particular flower, one that grows in kind of swampy areas and one that grows in more limestone based forests, okay, or you know, like a oak, and the trees that I'm seeing around me, I see a lot of oak, beech, and a few sugar maples. So more in the knobs region of Kentucky. So as far as the geographic location of this one, we see this one in Kentucky, and it's really kind of the, I want to say, the northernmost terminus of this plant. And then as you get down into the south, you all the way down to Mississippi, and as far west over to Arkansas, Missouri, I believe, also Oklahoma, you can find this plant as well. So very small, and you can see one of the key characteristics, especially as you're talking about this one, is when you talk about what we call the leaves, or what are actually bracts, that those are going to be 2 or more, I think it's centimeters long. They're going to be longer than they are wide. So they have not very long, but long bracts, or they're going to be longer than they are wide. And that's not going to be the case with every trillium that you see. This one is another one that is in that group. Remember, if you remember Snow Trillium, I talked about there is a group that is sessile, or it's attached directly to where the bracts or the leaves are. And then there's also a group that had this in the stalked Trillium, or S-T-A-L-K-E-D, or stalked, has a stem on it. This one is actually another one that is in the stalked, and if you can see that stalk just underneath there. I don't know if you can see that or not. Just a beautiful little flower, wavy edges along the edges of the petals there. Obviously you see the 6 anthers that are in there, those bright yellow ones, but they will have kind of a purplish tinge to them as well. And this is another one like our traditional large flower trillium, but will start to turn a little bit pink, or not a little bit, will turn a lot pink as it starts to age. So just a beautiful little flower. Now, it is the stem that you see that's coming out of the ground here. This is from a rhizome, so it's rhizomatous, and that means that it's attached to, and there are several around me right now. So, and I tried to be, not tried, but I did. I was extremely careful in how I position myself, because this one is endangered in the state of Kentucky. And that designation, I think, in some of the states that it's seen in, West Virginia. I'm not sure about Tennessee. I think it's infrequent in Tennessee, but I think in 5 different states this one is actually considered endangered. So this one is really a special flower. And so I hope that you all are continuing to enjoy these. As far as, and let me get back to, as far as like human uses and things like that, there's no real evidence behind anything of human use as far as medicinal uses or edible plants or those kinds of things. So this is just one of those things that we hope that when we go into a forest, or we can see some of the diverse plants, and this being one of those. And so I'm really happy to have the opportunity to see this one. I hope that you all have enjoyed it. I hope that if you get the chance and you can get out and walk around, that you are observing plants and appreciating them, and taking some good pictures and letting us all see those. So anyway, I'm gonna let you all go, but thank you to my family for the ones that kind of pointed this one out to me. And so I'll let you all go. But this is Eric Comley. I'm the Garrard County 4-H Youth Development Agent. If you need to contact me, find me on the Garrard County 4-H Facebook page, or you can actually find me, you can email me at eric, eric.comley, COMLEY, @uky.edu. And thank you all so much. This is Eric Comley, Garrard County 4-H Youth Development Agent with On the Ground. Thanks again.